All right, everybody, welcome to episode number 158 of Pro NoCoders Office Hours. I'm your host, Tonya. We're here with members Ben and Brittany and my Kim. We're going to get started in just a moment, but before we do, I want to let you know about Pro NoCoders and Office Hours. Pro NoCoders is the brainchild of three really brilliant bubblers and myself. So Eli, Justin, and Pablo and Tonya. And what we're trying to do is make sure that bubblers out there don't suffer through their questions and get them answered quickly, because we know momentum when you're building is really important, and we don't want you to stay stuck too long in any one place. To that end, we have this thing called Office Hours, where every day of the week, Monday through Friday, we invite our members onto our Zoom, which we broadcast live for the first hour. And they can ask us any bubble questions they want, and we try to get them answered. We can't promise all of the answers because we don't have all of the answers, but we do promise you won't suffer alone with your question, and we do get it right most of the time. Thank you for joining us, Francisco. How are you this evening?
Pretty good. How about you guys?
Good. We're excited to get started here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Brittany, who was here first. Do you want to... let's see, Brittany, do you want to go through that plugin?
Yes.
We're going to check out a plugin that was recommended by Pablo.
Okay.
So this one that does the emoji picker. Probably should put this at the bottom, but yeah. Let's see.
You want me to share my screen?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay, I totally forgot what the name of the plugin was again. But
I will find out for you. It is called the Emoji One Area Picker.
Okay, so Bubble is a little slow.
We'll wait for it to time out. Wait. Oh, Bubble, it's not a good look.
And it's okay. Here we are. Okay, now I'm going to go to my inbox here, and I want to put it here somewhere. Let's see, emoji. Okay, so now I have two different things on here: emoji converter and EmojiOA. I have no clue what either one of those means.
So go back to the plugins page.
Okay.
And it says the elements are the emoji one area and the emoji converter. Well, let me go. I have access to these workflows, so let me see. There's no workflows on there. Elements. Emoji input A, group A, repeating group, chat, text, current cells, emoji. Oh, I see. He used reusable. Let me go check it out there. Okay, here, you want me to share my screen?
Yeah,
because I'm just talking about what I'm seeing and you can't see it. Okay, so he put it in the emoji input. He put this in a reusable, and then I don't know if that was for anything in particular, but that's what he did. So
okay,
when he put the whole input itself. So he put the input into a reusable. And then the emoji. So we have the EmojiOA on this page, right there in the corner. So that's what he was using to get it to work, was the EmojiOA. So he put just one pixel up in the corner.
Oh, okay. I guess it just has to be on the page.
Okay. Yep, and probably has to be visible. And then it doesn't look like these are in a group other than being in the reusable element. So just put the emoji input. I guess this is a group. Yeah. And then
So the
put
type
in
here
send.
is actually the emoji input. So I would have to take that entire input off of my inbox page that I already have.
No, I don't think so. I think you could just drop this EmojiOA on the
Oh,
on
gotcha. Okay.
in there. Yeah. And I don't even think you have to put it in there. I think you just have to put it on the page.
Okay.
And then how do you get it to show like in that corner though? Like here.
Yeah, how is that there?
I'm not sure. Let's just try it.
Hmm.
Let's play. Sorry to make the audience wait twice. Oh. Okay, so I want my emoji OA just on the page. Maybe I should put it in the group. So I have a group and then put should be better about like not making invisible groups on my page.
Mhm.
All right, let's just see what that looks like. Okay, so far nothing. Let's put in his, this is an input, right? Let's see, the emoji A has, yep, I have to put the ID attribute on the input that I want to put in here. So I'm going to put an input. And then in here. There we go. That's how you do it.
Okay, this seems pretty simple. So I just have to make sure I have it on the page, an
Mhm.
invisible element, and then it has to have an ID attribute on both the input and the
Yeah, the ID attribute for the input goes in this ID attribute field on the emoji. So it's not the ID attribute of
at the bottom.
that thing, it's
Okay.
the one at the top.
Okay, I'm gonna try it, and you guys have come back to me.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Ben, you're up.
Hey, I've just I don't know if you've played much with it, the Zoom plugin to when you hover on things, it zooms in on it.
I have not.
No, okay.
Let's see where, what is it just called Zoom?
Yeah, do you want me to show it?
Sure, you can take over if you want.
Cool. So it's a little plugin that So when I go over things like this, see how it zooms in on it? But the element has to sit here, but obviously in responsive, the new responsive engine, it pushes everything in.
Got it. Okay.
And it doesn't work if you hide it and you can't make it smaller. So it's sitting just there. And I can't make it any smaller. There's no option to make it smaller or change the thing. And when I collapse or make it not visible, it doesn't work.
Got
The
it.
only
Does it
thing-
have to be on the top layer? Can you overlap it?
How would I do that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Francisco. Can you hide it? But you're using the new responsive, so I
Yeah.
think that might require putting like, is that a repeating group or no?
No, it's just
No. Okay.
a
So
group
I
of-
think if you put that first one, the first tile there, in a group with that element and make it that group that would hold both of those, make it fixed, I think you can put the tile over on top of the element. And
Okay,
then
so
that group will behave like the rest of them. So you won't be able to tell that thing is in a separate group. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay, so I've made it fixed now. And just do that, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Okay.
no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make the thing containing that. I meant to make like almost like you highlight that. I'm going to call it a tile. So highlight the tile and highlight the element and then group those things together and then make that group fixed.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Now you
so
should
that's
be
it.
moved that thing underneath it. Yeah, exactly. And then it shouldn't affect the responsiveness anymore.
Okay. I wonder if that'll work with, because I had it in a separate group last time and it only affected the thing in that group. It wouldn't affect the other ones, which is super weird.
Oh, got it.
So I'll have a look at that. I mean, I really like the plugin. It's kind of does,
Yeah,
little-
it's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure that that's just a CSS thing, right?
No,
Or like, what do you mean no?
I hate CSS.
No, but we can like I'm sure that's something that we can, I don't know, we can probably figure out how to recreate it.
Oh no, it still does it. Look at that. It
Oh,
works.
good.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Francisco, what you got for me?
Hey there.
Hi.
I have four silly questions, and the first one of them is the same issue that I was having with before, where I sent you guys a message on Slack. I don't know if you if you saw the loom.
I did. I saw the loom earlier today. You were working with it with Justin, right?
Yeah, let me just share my screen because I think that I'm not getting what Justin was trying to tell me.
Sure.
So here we are. Are you seeing my screen?
Mhm.
Okay. So here we are. These are like the repeating group with the name of the classes that they are going to be happening. And once I click and see the video, this green group here, it shows up. Then the person watches the video and starts the questions. Then these three elements here, the questions, the little thing here for the answer, and the button, they show up. But my problem is this part, yet so far is good. But here's that issue that I was mentioning before. These questions here, they are in a database. They belong to a type of database, which is called like classes. And then I have like here 4 questions for this specific class. And then I'm not being able to switch between them.
Okay. Got it. So is that in a repeating group?
No, this one is just an element. It's just a text. The question is just a text. Should I put this in a repeating group as well?
Right. So it should be a repeating group. And then the repeating group can be set to of type text, and then the source of the text can come from the search of the current class's questions or whatever it is.
Yeah, so let me just put here, this is a fixed number of cells. It's just one type of content. This one would be, so inside here, Aulus. This one should also be Aulus then. Clear. Parents group Aulus. Let's see how this goes.
So you still
Inside here.
you had an error there because it was it wasn't reconciling. So
Oh, okay. I'll just go back there. Let me just put the text here so I don't miss the thing that I copied. Paste expression. Right here, right? No, it was here. So I have, so if this big group here, it's classes, Aulus.
okay.
And then the data source here, it's the custom, what's the name? Custom elements, custom state here in the page that I put all of them inside the page. So I have the name of the page, and here's the custom state. So this element here, it should be the same custom state, I guess.
I don't think we need the custom state. The question is stored in the database, right?
Yes.
So you know the class already because it's the parent group's class. Is it like stored as is there a list of questions that's stored in a field on the class?
Yes.
Okay, so then the data source is going to be no, the data
Class.
source of the repeating group.
Oh,
okay, yeah, that's fine. What is
Yeah,
that?
I
Is that
think I
the
have,
repeating group?
No, yes, no, this one is the repeating group.
Okay, so the repeating group is going to be parent groups. So it'll be of type class. So do you say that Aulus? How do you say that?
Yeah.
Aulus? Okay. And then the data source is going to be
Current
cell. No, because you have 2 repeating groups and it doesn't need to be a nested one. So you already had a repeating group there.
I'm not following you, sorry.
So if your repeating group in that data source is referring to a repeating group, it means it's inside the one repeating group is inside of another repeating group. You already have a repeating group there.
Oh, that's weird. Where is this? Oh, this guy here in the outside is already a repeating group.
Yep. So you can take out the other one.
This one, yeah.
So then that will be the data source of the first, so the data source of this one, so click there, will be parent groups, Aulus, and then it'll be the list of
Name.
questions.
Oh, yeah, No. What?
So actually, this is why I think it should be the type of content should be text.
Oh, like it was before.
Right. And then it should be the source would be the parent groups, Aulus, and the questions. Is there a list of questions? Like, what is it?
No, it's just for the questions, they are separated by lines, you know, like each line is a question. Like this, let me show you.
Oh, like it's one text separated into lines. Yeah, you're gonna have to separate those out and make something called a question, probably.
Oh, okay, because I have here, for example, for this one first class. No, but what we are looking here, it's the name of the class, which is not showing up here. Aulus, Harding Aulus, título aula. So you see this column here, they're like separated already. They're not like this, they're not like this.
Okay, and what are you trying, and that's what you're trying to show? So each Aulus has how many of those titles?
There are like 6 Aulus.
I'm not understanding the structure.
Yeah, this is what I need to print there. What I need to show over there is like this column here, which is título aula, like title.
Okay, but are we talking about one, like go here, let me share my screen and you can, and I'll guide you through talking me through the structure, because I clearly am not understanding well. I forgot how to share my screen all of a sudden. Here we go. All right, let's go. Okay, so structure of so I'm going to do it in English so I can understand better. So you have a class, and then underneath the class,
I have the class title.
Class title. And
I have class questions.
Which
is a list.
Which is a list of questions.
Yes.
And questions are a separate thing in your database.
And questions are a separate thing on, no, they are here like a list. What do you mean with separate?
So is there something in your database called questions?
Yes.
Okay. So it's so sorry for my cough. So the class
worries.
Questions is of type questions and it's a list.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, but you see class questions is actually, I don't know if are you calling like the columns classes, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Class is the name of the database, just so we
the data table in the database.
The data table.
Yeah, the data table, and then these are fields in the data table.
Yes.
The columns.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then this column is of a data table called questions, right? And it's a list.
It's already it's in the same data table. It's just a list inside of the data table. It's like class questions. And when I was like creating the thing, I put it on as a list. And I put all the questions there.
You put all of the questions in the same text field.
Yes.
And you just separated them by like a return, by like a line.
Yeah, like
and
a
what
comma.
I'm with a comma. Okay. I'm going to recommend that you create a questions thing in your database.
All right.
And put those questions, each one, and then make a list of the questions that belong here for each class.
Okay.
So in your database, that looks like here, data types. So you have class and you have question. And then in your class, you're going to have questions of type question here and make it a list.
Oh, got it.
And then your repeating group that we were talking about is going to be a repeating group of questions, and the data source will be that the parent group's classes questions.
But then I wouldn't have the field class title in this same class, right?
No, sure you can. Like, however it is structured, you can refer to the class title.
Yeah, because if we create a new field here, name class title, then it will be like just my structure.
No. So the class will have questions. The question is just going to have here.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna.
The question
okay.
is just going to have the question, which is a text, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll refer to a class, which will be of type class.
All
Here.
right. So I'm gonna relate it to both databases. Okay.
You can do it. It's a little redundant. You could do it either way, right? Like
Okay.
you could refer to it either way. Juan and I tend to like, we're of like mind. We tend to like to cross-reference quite a bit because Bubble is kind of limited in terms of how easy it is to access data from connected data types. But yeah, but this is all what your question would be, right? So if you ever wanted to refer to that question's class's title, you would say like this quote, the current cell's question class's title, right? And then vice versa, this class has that title, so you could refer to class title and then class's questions in that repeating group.
Okay, got it. I think I'll try to work this right now.
Okay.
Really quick, and then if we have time, we'll go back again.
Sure, sounds good.
Thank you.
Brittany, your turn.
Okay.
How goes the emoji?
Yeah, I couldn't find the attribute under the hold on, let me share. So let's find the emoji. So the attribute here, I did not see anything on the input. I have a multi-line input, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
At the very bottom of it, it should have an ID attribute. Why
Yeah.
doesn't it have one?
There's nothing there. So I added the other item on, what is it? It was another emoji.
You know what? I know what's happening. Go into have you ever used the ID attributes by Kim?
No.
Have you ever used them before? Okay, go to settings.
Settings.
And general. And scroll down. And
I was trying not to show my.
I got you. You're gonna have to change them. I'm sorry. I should have thought of that. We're working on it. Eli is working on changing it so he can, like, we can block all of the sensitive stuff without you thinking about it. So we don't have to worry about it on our lives, but just scroll up. It's one of these see where it says expose the option to add ID attribute to HTML elements. Go up an inch. Nope, with your mouse where you were. Right there. Your mouse just was over it there. Yeah. Go and check that box right over there to the right.
Gotcha.
Nope, not that one.
Oh.
I mean, you could do that too, but
this one.
Yeah, that one. Okay. And then there you go.
Here we go. Okay, so it should come up on the screen yet. Oh, that is cool. Uh-oh. It's all out of whack because this is not supposed to be like that. I can play around with it and fix it.
Okay.
The group or something.
I'm sorry about your API keys.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to change them now.
Okay.
I did have one more question, but if
Sure,
you
go
wanna
for
come
it.
back around- Okay, so I'm having an issue with the business owners. Let me go to the page, and this is a responsive thing. And I know I'm on the old platform thingy, but I'm not changing it over right now because that's just gonna
I don't blame
confuse everything. So, but
I know Ben. Ben's like, I did it already.
yeah, I'm not going through it right. Like I can't, not right now. So this, hold on, it's loading.
That's okay. You're learning the responsive engine in that other app.
Yeah, I'll learn it that way first. So this will not center. Like I don't know what is going on. I've done everything. I don't know. So let me go to. Okay, it's finally. The group. Here we go. So I have it.
It's fixed width.
Right. And the group on the outside, and so that's the group on the outside. This is the repeating group. I don't know. So let's see. This one isn't fixed with. Do I need to check it? I've done everything. Like I've done that.
No, I think it's something else on the page.
Okay.
Here, let me go in there.
Okay.
Real quick. Oh man, the new responsive editor makes this kind of stuff sort of like
Yeah.
not an issue. Which page was it?
The business owner profile. This is on the other side. No.
That one?
Mm-hmm. And then it's all of it is hidden, so you have to go under the elements tree.
Got it.
It's going to be the group. What is it? Group business work profile. Is that it? Yeah, right there. Yep. No, that's not right. Sorry.
It's okay.
That's it right there.
Okay. And then the one below it, or that's not below it.
The one below it would be.
That's weird. I hate that.
Oh yeah, how they have it set up on, yeah.
And that's a pop-up. I need to see the pop-up. There.
So I'm going to explain what I have going on because it's a lot of different groups. So when the repeating group doesn't have anything in it, I'm showing something that says no portfolios or no, whatever. So I don't know if that has anything to do with, because it was correct before I did all of that. So maybe I changed something. I don't know.
It's this.
So is that inside the repeating group? That shouldn't be in there.
No, it's not. It's outside of it.
It may be though. I don't. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. That's just the text, right? That says no photos to show. There should be a group. I don't know. There's a group around it.
So this is centered on the page, but this is pushing the page out, I think.
Okay.
And this one, this no photos to show. And the group that it's in is not fixed width. So that's why.
Okay. So just make it fixed with and bring it in some. I don't know why it's so big. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd make it more like, I wouldn't make them any wider than each other. So I'd make them the same width and I'd make it fixed width
Got you.
and
Okay.
center everything again.
Okay. You'll do. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, Ben.
Yeah, I have a couple more, so I might go for a quick win real quick.
Sure, I love it.
So what I've got is I went out and set it all up as parameters now, like we discussed.
Woo, good job.
But so when I navigate, so if I'll go, maybe take this home. Oops. Sorry. So this is the home page. And then if I go, say, brands home, that's fine. Brand search is fine. But then if I go to, say, a detailed page, oh no, it's not doing it now. It was.
Oh, I fixed it. It was so fast. I fixed it already.
It was keeping the other page here. I don't know why is that not doing it now.
Probably because it was a bug and they fixed it.
Oh, see, it's staying there.
So when you, okay, so you changed it to URL parameters, right? So show me the conditions on the two different groups.
Okay.
So that says get
brand view from page URL is brand search.
Okay, and go back to the preview. Brand view equals brand search. View equals brand and brand view equals brand search. So
correct.
Okay, and then go show me on the other group what it is.
Okay. Oh, it's a custom state. That's why.
Yep, there you go.
I haven't set that up properly yet. Okay, well, that answers that.
Quick win. Yay.
Quick wins. Yay. Sweet.
Anything else?
Yeah, but did Francisco want to go?
Sure. I can. Francisco, what you got for me?
Well, I did the division here.
Mm-hmm.
So shall we see here?
Yes, let's.
So I created this data field called preguntas, which is questions. We can just put like this.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's close enough to the Spanish.
Yeah. So I have like the name of the class, the name of the question, and the order. So I created here. So I have questions here. So here I have like the name of the question and the name of the class. So when I'm showing there the class number 1 here, I should have the question number 1 and then the number 2 and then the number 3 and then the number 4.
Okay, so why did you make
because here I'm inside questions, they're inside the classes where I connected the group here. Here I made a list of questions.
Okay.
It was this.
Yep. No, I got that. But I'm just curious why you're saving the name. So go back to the preguntas, the questions. Go back to the questions type.
Okay.
And then why did you make the Oh, you did. You connected it to the class. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine. So the only thing that's being stored as a text on it is the question itself. That's what we want.
yes,
Okay, that's fine.
yes.
Yeah, that looks great.
All right, so then we come back here, and now my main group here, it's in the type of class, and the data source is still the custom.
I would I'd actually make your type of content for this repeating group is going to be questions.
All right.
And then the data source is going to be the current, like the parent groups. Yeah, that first one, the parent group.
But then the parent
class.
group here, it's class.
Okay. And
it's
then
okay?
you're going to say, yep. And then you're going to say the questions.
Here. And then the name
Nope.
of the, no?
No. So if the type of content is questions and you're using a list of questions, right? It's a list,
Yes.
not a single one, right? So just click out of there. Why is that not reconciling? Parent groups.
Because
Classes,
this group here, the green
questions.
group, is in classes. So I think it may be.
No, that's fine. No. So go back to the repeating group where we just were. Okay, this is it. This is a group. This is not a repeating group.
Yeah, the repeating group is inside here.
Okay. Yeah, we want to change the repeating group's source.
All
So the
right.
repeating group will be
Questions.
of type questions. And then the data source will be the parent groups.
Parent groups.
No. The parent group should be a class, not a question. So go back to that group where we just set it to be question, and it should be Alice instead. There you go. And then the data source will probably be the parent group of that. We'll have to go back and change that. Yeah, but now you just keep going. Yep, you want the questions. No, the list of questions.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, there you go. And click out of that. Now you're going to sort it.
Gosh.
Now you're going to sort it. So go back and click back where you were, where it says questions in the data source. Nope. Back to the repeating
here.
group. Yep. In the
Here,
repeating
then?
group. Yep. Click there and then click more. Yep. And you're gonna sort.
Sort.
Yep. And you're gonna sort by order. Because I assume that's why you put the order there.
Yeah.
And
Something
so, and
happened
it would be descending no, because you want them to go in order. Yeah. There you go.
All right, let's hit a preview here to see what's going on.
But we still have to go back and fix the chain of data sources from that group, because that group where we switched it back to being a class needs to inherit the class from its parent group.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So just the first one. There you go.
And I changed the fonts though, and everything was working fine. I opened a report there at Bubble just to follow up.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yay! Now, this guy here, when I come here, bumps.
Show next.
Show show next. Element this.
And I would wrap around unless you are forcing answers before they can move on.
Yeah, I kind of am.
Okay.
Or should be.
Yeah, then you wouldn't need to worry about wraparound.
Yeah, but this leads to another quick problem, which let's see what happens. All right, it's not going. Is this the right group? repeating. Yeah, technically it is. Funny.
What's going on?
It's not going to the next one. It's not understanding that it should.
It needs to be
Do I have to like sort of relate the?
Is it? Let's see.
But maybe.
Yeah, it needs to.
But here's the repeating group. Here I'm already.
It shouldn't
inside.
matter. It doesn't have to be in the repeating group. In fact,
no?
it probably shouldn't be in the repeating group.
Yeah.
Because you're referring to like you selected which repeating group it was operating on separately. So
let me just check this.
Okay, Ben. Hey, Sander.
Element navigation, show next.
Hello.
Hello.
And we're sure that's the right repeating group.
Oh, what?
We're sure that you selected the correct repeating group, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I double checked that. Still not. Do you want a quick win, or I don't know, some check someone else?
It doesn't have to be a quick win. Let's see.
But it's because I have a super silly question though.
Okay, sure.
I have a few of my errors that I'm finding here is just because a bunch of them is like open URL, new element, and then remember to put the element ID. Because like these are, for example, Instagram logos that is going to direct the person to the Instagram homepage. And for example, here is like the Instagram.com and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, I have no idea what is this element ID here.
Oh,
and
click where it says show documentation. Place your element ID here. Okay.
I looked through the bubbles.
Which plugin is this?
Oh, no plugin.
That's weird.
It's just the plain command here, like URL, like this one, like open URL in a new tab.
Hang on a second. No, I don't think that's a. I don't think that's a native. I don't think that's a native bubble action. I think that's a plugin.
Oh, maybe. Oh, God damn it. Maybe I put this in a plugin for such a long time ago that even, here, open URL in a new tab. Yep, you're right. So yeah,
if you go to the plugin page, maybe they talk about why they require the element ID.
All right, I'll check that because I super thought it was like native from Bubble.
Yeah, no, it kind of looks native from Bubble, but I was like, I don't know. I've never seen that. Usually when I'm opening something in a new tab, I have to use a little bit of JavaScript to do it. So we could do that instead, and that won't require an element ID.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it does require a plugin, but the plugin doesn't require an element ID to run it. So.
Oh, okay. Use the element ID you have given your element on step 1. Okay, I'll check this and let's walk around.
Okay, cool. Sander, what brings you in tonight?
Hello, I have a question about a project. I thought it was something really easy, but it didn't work. So it is a application for just uploading your pictures. Let me check. Yeah. I will share my screen.
Welcome back, Ben.
Okay, so normally you can see my screen.
Yep, I can see it.
Is it the bubble up you can see?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's fine. So what I try to do is just here a place where you can see all the pictures, and if you click here, there opens a pop-up to upload some new pictures. But of course, what I want is that it's possible to upload more than just one picture. So if I go to here and I select 3 different pictures, it is possible to upload more than one.
Yep.
And then it comes to a list. So I guess there's just something wrong in my database, but I didn't find out how I can set it up differently. So my photo here, or I will display it here, is easier. It's just a list of images, because when this plugin, what they don't do is generate a new data type for each picture. It just generates a list on one data type. So that's a bit the problem to display it in the application.
Okay, so you want a separate thing in the database for each image?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Yep. So you'll run a recursive workflow. I'm trying to think how you're going to do that.
Yeah,
or-
because what I also want is that you can like each photo, and it's definitely not possible like this.
Right,
because
if it's
now
a
I'm
list of
liking
photos.
a list of photos.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if you can, like, you're getting them to save as a list, right? So now we
Yes,
just
but it's
need
with a
to
plugin.
take
We did it. It is with this plugin.
the drop zone, but it is saving in, like, you're getting that list going. So what, and is that on a thing like a post where you would refer to all of those images?
It's over here, and then when you click here, it will start uploading it.
Okay, because then what I would do is I would send it into the back end in either, like, depending on how many you would ever have, you might even run an API workflow on a list if it's just a few, and then you would create a new thing from each photo.
Okay, and can you help me with set it up?
Sure, absolutely. So go
Perfect.
to your back end workflows.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
you'll need
there
to
you
set
are.
it up from settings.
Yeah, they are not available.
API.
Wait, but I'm not sure on which plan. Okay, it's already on the agency.
Yeah. And then, yep, enable that. Go. Perfect. And new API workflow. And name
List
it
of
whatever.
pictures.
Yep, but I would do it all lowercase. I don't know why I feel superstitious about that, but I feel like Bubble doesn't like uppercase or spaces in these API workflow names.
Also not uppercase. Okay. Then I will change it. List of pictures. Okay.
And then add a new parameter.
Oh,
And it will be, I would say, images. I would make it plural. I would say images with an S.
okay.
Just so that we know it's a list. Yep, of type image, and then check off the list part. And then are they needing to be attached to like a post, or is each thing actually its own separate thing and it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter?
it's just its own separate thing. It's just a platform for just posting all your picture. It's something
you
for
don't
a
need
business
to-
company who organize a lot of business trips, and it's just a platform where everybody can post their pictures
Okay.
of that vacation.
Okay, but do they need to be tied together like to another thing? Like, is it
Nope.
like, nope, okay.
No, each
So-
business trip have their own URL and database. So
Gotcha. Okay, and so click to add an action in the, yep. And then create a new thing. And it'll be the image thing that you're gonna make. And create a new field because you'll want just a single image. And images first item. And then only when, I mean, no, I guess we can leave this because how many pictures at one time do you think people might be uploading?
we can say only 20, or
Like you'd be okay limiting it to only 20?
yeah.
Okay, then 20 is fine. Yay, Francisco, that's awesome.
Yeah, or what the maximum you can go with this kind of
So we can make it recursive if you want it to be more than 20, like if you want it to be several. But if it's going to be like much more than 20, then I'm not going to trust the list, like running the API workflow on a list.
it don't gonna work if you do it with more than 20 one time.
It starts to break at some point. I don't know exactly when, but it does start to break. So
Okay, but
I
then,
like
20 is fine.
recursive. I like recursive workflows.
Yeah, we can do that one as well, but it's more complicated, I guess.
Nope, not really. So just in where it says only when, just
Yeah,
say,
and then if we do it that way, we can go more than just 20 pictures, and we can also.
yep.
Okay.
So go only when and just say images count is greater than 0.
Greater than, it's this one.
Yep. And then click to add another action. Custom events and schedule an API workflow.
On a list or?
Nope, just schedule an API workflow and then the same workflow. This will be current date and time plus like maybe 2 seconds or something.
Yeah, then we are sure.
And then images minus item. And then images first item. So what we're doing is we're subtracting the first item because we've already created a new photo for it.
And
So
we
we're
don't
taking-
do it each time again.
Yep. And then only when the images count is greater than 0.
Wait, sorry. Only if images count greater than 0.
Yep.
Oh.
And yep. And that's it. That's your recursive workflow. So now you
Okay.
just have to send in the list of images to that workflow.
Okay, so let's go to that pop-up. It's the dashboard. So it's in here, the pop-up uploads thing. If we click over here. Okay, so we should change.
Yep. So I'm thinking you can delete that.
Or, yeah. I will generate a new one. Okay. It's
And schedule the API workflow. Yep.
Yes. That's what I thought.
And then
now we have to select. Oh, which one is it? Ah, this one. Okay. That's it, I guess.
yep. Let's test it.
Okay. And then here we have, first we have to change the repeating group, of course, otherwise it will display anything. Search for pictures, that's correct. Why it's not working? It should be here. That looks better. Yeah, now we will give us a lot of empty data, but that's fine. And photo. I just have a few things of food here. Okay, so these are all the pictures. I click on add photos.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then it's going to take a little time, right? Because they should be
Yeah,
populating.
but they are generating. It's funny, you can see them over here.
Yep.
They are coming.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Do you have time for another question?
Let's just check. Let's go around the circle again and we'll come back to you.
Okay, perfect. The other one is by the way, the thing is working. The application I made, it's really nice. I will
Oh,
show you.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really nice.
Okay, awesome. I want to see it in just a minute. Let's see here.
Perfect.
Brittany, do you have another question?
Yes, I don't know how difficult this would be. So I'm gonna share.
Sandra over there making me hungry.
It's all Belgian beers, really nice.
Okay,
I will
so
stop sharing.
I want to know how hard it will be to make this like a slide bar that can kind of go in and out, because I know that a lot of my users will be using like cell
Mobile
phones,
phones? Sure.
and it's gonna look a little weird with this thing up at the top like this, especially once it gets really long, like once you have a few messages or chats.
Sure.
It's gonna look crazy. So how do I create that if it's already on here?
Got it. So trying to remember, like,
So maybe I would just make it, I'm trying to think it through too. I make it invisible.
I think that's probably really tricky in the old responsive and really not tricky in the new responsive, to be honest with you.
Sucks.
Because because one of the things the new responsive editor allows you to do is collapse the width of things, and the old responsive editor did not allow you to do that. So I think what we can do for the old responsive editor is maybe on another office hours or in after hours or something, we can actually dissect the way that it's done, that functionality is done in Canvas, because it is in Canvas. We have it in Canvas, but it's done with that like magical wizardry of the designers who know the old responsive engine really well.
Right.
So, but yeah, but in the new responsive engine, it's as easy as putting an icon in the group. And when you click the icon, it hides the group and you can animate the collapse and it will collapse the width and everything will move over like you're wanting.
So should I just try to can I convert this page?
I wouldn't convert, but I might like redo the page, and it probably wouldn't be too terrible for you to redo the page, but it's up to you, whichever. I mean, here's the thing, the responsive engine, the new responsive editor that's in beta from Bubble is not going away, right? They're only going to improve it and make it better until it's not beta anymore. And then eventually everything's going to be in the new responsive engine. So is it, you have to weigh, you're probably not going to be building any apps. No, you might work on other apps that are in the old responsive engine if you like as being hired as a freelancer, right? But you're not going to be building any new apps with the old responsive engine. So is it going to be worth our time to go back and dissect how it used to be done? Or would it be better to spend that time going ahead and recreating your page in the new responsive editor? It's up to you. I'm game either way.
Let me think on it because I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it's a tough one, but yeah, that's but it's something that's like one of the really beautiful things about the new responsive editor is that you can do exactly that in so fast because that's just how it works.
Right. Okay. All righty. That was, I think that's my last question.
Okay. Francisco, it's your turn.
We're back for now.
We're back actually, but what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up this episode of Office Hours and we're going to take it to After Hours. So if you would like to join us for After Hours, you have to be a member. Please go sign up at ProNoCoders.com today. It's $99 per month and you get access to Office Hours every day of the week, Monday through Friday. That's 5 to 10 hours of support that you have access to every week for just $99 per month. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time with Justin's going to be here. So that'll be exciting and we'll see you then. Thanks.